When it comes to investments, there's a lot that can be said. The interwebs is rife with a lot of investment beliefs.
In a country where the financial market can be a mystery to many, here is a truth. The more you know, the better you invest. Welcome to the Market Lens, a Main Street Capital production where we dive deep into the financial landscape, unpacking trends, opportunities, and expert strategies. Are you an investor, a professional, or you're just curious about the market? Let's dive into the trends. An expert advisor will help you stay ahead of the game. Let's challenge the norm and take your financial knowledge to the next level.
When it comes to investments, there's a lot that can be said. The interwebs is rife with various beliefs, like investing is only for the rich, but that forex is the fastest way to wealth. Some opinions are true, others not so much. My name is S01E01, and today I'll look at investment myths and facts through the market lens. With me is Nina Grandeur. Nina is a senior relationship manager at Main Street Capital. She has been in the investment and banking space for over a decade, is an associate of the Chartered Institute for Securities and Investment, and holds a diploma in financial management. She loves this industry and has sparks in her eyes when she talks about it. Nina, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Onose.
Before we start, I want us to do a rapid fire round.
Okay.
I read out an investment belief in Nigeria and you tell me whether or not you think it's a myth or a fact.
Okay.
All right, let's begin. Investing is only for the rich.
Myth.
The stock market is just like gambling.
Myth.
Real estate always guarantees profits.
Myth.
Crypto is a get-rich-quick scheme.
Myth.
If you invest in dollars, you can't lose money.
Oh, myth.
All right, then. Let's get it.
Okay.
All right, before we start tackling the investment beliefs one after the other, why do you think there are myths and facts, out there in the markets? Why do you think there are some inaccurate assumptions about investments?
No, I like the word assumptions because they're really assumptions, and that's because we don't have or we don't access the information available correctly. We don't process it correctly, and some of us are way too busy to even look at it at face value. So we depend on hearsays. That's why the myth seems to be thriving much more than the facts.
So is it that the facts are not out there enough? People do not interact with the facts, nearly enough as the myth, or is it because negative news tends to be more viral than positive news? So when you say something bad about investing, that tends to get more attention than even positive things about investing.
I think people don't interact with the facts enough.
Okay, so hopefully people interact with the facts today when we dismantle them.
I
All
hope
right.
so.
So the first assumption is you need to be rich to start investing. People believe investing is for the wealthy. If you look at real estate, if you have money to buy lands and houses, then you can buy lands and houses. Bonds, if you have money to buy bonds, you can buy bonds. And people think that minimum wage earners or people who earn a modest salary can't really get into investing. Is that true or is that a myth?
That's a myth because investment packages are available that suits both the low income earners and right through the ranks to the high income earners. So the investment packages available for everyone. So you just need to know your investment goals as an individual. You have to buy into it first, and then we'll take it from there.
Are there certain asset classes that are more suitable for people in different, financial categories? Like the asset classes that are available to the wealthy, are those the same asset classes that are available to the minimum wage earner, for instance?
It depends on the investment type because you can invest as an individual or you can invest as a group or you can invest as a crowd. If you want to invest as a group, you can. If you want to invest as an individual, you can. So the asset classes don't really cut off your investment limits. You just need to know what you want and then we'll take it from there.
All right then. All right. So the second assumption is only experts can invest. Now we know that different people can get into the market and put their monies in the market, but I think this is more along the lines of only experts can invest successfully over a long enough period. So is that true? if I want long-term investment success, do I have to go to an expert, or is this something that I can achieve by myself?
No, it's something you can achieve by yourself, but with guidance from the experts. We are here to hold your hand through it and to open up this investments in a way that you can understand it and make informed decision. And we're also here to watch over the investments on your behalf to enable you reach your investment goals and targets, and also make you see things much more deeper than you would have seen with your eyes.
So expertise and affordability they don't always go together. And a lot of times when people are experts, they're not cheap, they're not very accessible. So how accessible are experts?
Oh, that's why you have firms like MCL. Our doors are open, and then we also give out information that's pretty free on our platforms. If you are following us on our platforms, you would have seen that within the last 1 year, we've been out a lot of valuable information that has really helped people to make informed decisions on their investments.
That's on like social media platforms, different social media platforms and
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even on our website also.
All right. All right. So the third assumption, investing is the same as gambling.
Okay.
People say, you could invest in something today and lose your money tomorrow. And the same goes for gambling. You could get in today and lose your money tomorrow. What's the difference?
If investment was gambling, I don't think firms like MCL will still be in existence today, or even the investment industry will still be in existence today. Investment is not gambling at all.
So what's the difference between investment and gambling? And I'll give an instance. One thing that a lot of people are getting into these days is forex. Forex trading. Some people, I've heard people call forex trading investments. Or I invested in this firm that gives me signals, or in these firms that will trade for me and get me a particular return every month. What's the difference between doing something like that and actual, what you call actual investing?
They're pretty much the same if you look at it from the ordinary eyes. But for an investment firm, some investment firms also do forex trading, really. Yeah. It's actually regulated also by SEC and the CBN and all the regulators. So I think it's pretty much the same thing.
So basically, forex is something that people can go into as an investment option.
Yeah, you can go into it as an investment option, but we also say you must go into your investment with some sort of knowledge of what you're investing in and deeper investigation. And even if you don't have enough time, you have to talk to an expert or commission a firm like MCL to look at it for you critically. And then you weigh the options and match it with your investment goals, match it with your risk tolerance level, and then you're good to go.
Okay, so basically, even if you're going into any investments, like you just said, you have to match it with your risk tolerance and your investment goals. So it's not just okay, I'm just going to put all my money into this because I feel like it's a sure bet, that kind of thing.
No.
All right,
You have to look at things critically and also look at it through the eyes of an expert.
all right, then. All right. So the fourth assumption, real estate is the only safe investment in Nigeria. We know that the Nigerian market can be, topsy-turvy sometimes. And people say at least if you own a piece of land or a house, you own the house, you have your principal, you're not going to lose your principal.
Yeah.
So is that true? Is real estate the only safe investment in Nigeria?
No, real estate is not the only safe investment in Nigeria. The Nigerian economy has a whole lot of investment options. There are a lot of other safer, low minimum risk investments that are available.
What are some examples of?
We have fixed income, the bonds, treasury bills, the government treasury bills, the corporate bonds, and we also have other financial instruments like the commercial papers and all of that.
All right. So the fifth or sixth assumption, you can't invest during tough economic times. People say when times are tough, people don't have a lot of money. Even some markets might be down. So why would one want to invest when the economy is facing a downturn?
Okay, for people that have been in the market and for people that ardent investors, they also know that when the market is like this is the best time to invest because investment opportunities pop up and they're not going to wait for you. Yeah.
All right. So imagine I'm sitting in my house, economic downturn, and what kind of opportunities should I be looking out for? What kind of opportunities um, usually are viable opportunities during economic downturns that people can take advantage of?
Okay, so I'll just make an instance in the current market trends in the 1 year. You would see that the fixed income market has really been very profitable, and I think it's been the best it has been in over a decade. So that is where you can invest in, and most of the fixed income instruments are actually low minimum risk instruments. So that's where to look at, and that's why you need a company like ours, an investment manager like ours to help you see these things.
All right then. So the next one, only foreign investments are profitable. I know we touched a little bit about on forex earlier, but people say, look, I use the example of investing in the US dollar, buying the dollar and just keeping it. I feel like if I had bought the dollar maybe 4 years ago, I'd be up really high right now. But in 2020, the dollar was significantly below 1,000. I think maybe around 600 even. Why bother going into the Nigerian markets to put my money in bonds or stocks that go up or down when I could just buy the dollar and hold on to it long enough?
The dollar is even more volatile than the Nigerian market.
Also,
Because you can see the trends in recent times, high, low, high, low, high, low. You could wake up in the morning, it's one figure, and you could go to bed, it's another. So making a decision based on the volatility is actually going to up the risk. So I would say if you're ready to take, if you're open to taking lower risk, if your risk appetite is pretty low, be in the Nigerian market and investing in Nigeria. And also, I will talk as a Nigerian here. It's not just to make profit. It's not just to double your returns. It's to also grow your economy, the Nigerian economy, to be able to yield sustainable returns to you as an investor. So I would say stick to Nigeria. And even looking at the fixed income market, back to the fixed income market again, the trend has been high, returns have been high. It's a good place to invest in.
okay, fixed income markets. You mentioned it twice now, so I'll keep it in mind. All right, the next assumption is, cryptocurrency is a get-rich-quick scheme. So cryptocurrencies have become very popular over the last few years. I know that the Nigerian government has their opinion on cryptocurrency has been a bit wonky. We've had regulations come in to kind of regulate, well, at first to ban and then to regulate the markets. But then we hear stories of people making a lot of money from crypto, and we hear stories of people making losing almost all their money in crypto. For an asset class that seems very volatile, is it a viable investment or is it just another get rich quick scheme?
It is not another get rich quick scheme, but I think people treat it that way, and that's why they also make a whole lot of losses. Just like any investment class you want to look at, you have to be critical about your investment from day one, from taking those decisions, the options that are available, and then breaking them down to the returns you expect to get from it. Not just from hearsay, where you have to investigate and then also make use of experts available in that field so you're able to maximize the market per time. So just like every other asset class, you really do need to be able to maximize the market.
So basically, it's better if you take a structured investment approach even into cryptocurrency.
Yes, please.
So no trade. All right, moving on to the next one. Ponzi schemes are a form of investment. Not at all. But I mean, people made money from NNM, and people make money from network marketing. So some people say,
argue with that.
some people say that it could be a good investment if you know how to pull your funds out in time, or it could be a good investment if you have a robust social network.
I personally don't see it as an investment option because it's just robbing Peter to pay Paul. So who is Peter? Who is Paul?
Yeah, that's true. But yeah. So, all right. Next one is Nigerian stocks are too risky to invest in. Now we know that stocks are risky generally, but if you look at some of the foreign markets, you hear stories of a person who put their money, bought maybe 1,000 shares of Apple in 1995, and today they're millionaires. Or someone who bought into Netflix when it IPO'd, and today they are millionaires. And I know personally, my parents bought, some stocks or some companies, companies that are major companies today. And I know after a couple of years, they had the expectation that the stock prices would have risen significantly over the years, and they came back to their portfolio to find out their portfolio the value had eroded by like 80%. So that's in that kind of situation, they might be thinking, okay, now the stock market is too risky. So is that a myth, or is the problem just that maybe you shouldn't look to the stock market for long-term wealth appreciation? What do you think about the Nigerian stock market and the risk involved?
Okay. The Nigerian stock market is almost like every other stock market, and that's how the stock markets behave. Because you personally or as an individual, you don't have 100% control of what's going to happen in the company you're investing in, and then that's also why you need expert hands. You have the stockbrokers, you have the investment firms like ours that will look at this investment for you part time, hold your hands through it, watch over those investments, and help you make informed decisions on this investment. But you can't be in the stock market and be sleeping in the stock market. You have to be active, or you have to have someone actively doing it. And MCL is the right place to be.
All right, so I need to have someone active. I don't want to be active, so MCL, you guys can be active for me.
Definitely. Yeah. We are here for you.
All right. So the last one is saving money is better than investing. Now, some people think, look, I've lost money in the market. I've tried to invest and it hasn't worked out well for me. And for example, my parents now that's invested in the stock market and then came back years later. If they had just saved their money, they would probably have more money. So, in what situation should one invest, and in what situation should one just save?
It boils down to your knowledge about investment and your investment goals, your risk appetite. Some people don't just want to take any risk, but at the same time, the investment market or the investment industry or the products in the investment market caters to different level of risk. We have investments that cater to people low risk tolerant level of low risk appetite, and we have people that can't stomach this risk. And then we all know that the higher the risk, the higher the returns. So there are the investment plans or investment products that can cater to the risk levels, but it depends on you as an investor.
So if I wanted to save towards a goal, right? Say I want to buy a GLE,
Okay.
450, 2018, and that's going to take me, let's say, a couple of months, right?
Okay.
Should I just leave the money in the bank and just keep adding to it every month, or should I invest that money even while I'm saving towards that goal?
Please invest and earn on the money and earn more returns on the money.
But what if I'm about to buy the GLE and the market is down? What happens then?
Okay, investment type, investment goals, tolerance level, risk appetite, all comes to play. So there's some investments that the rates are locked. So even if the market comes down in between the tenure of the investment, your returns are locked.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. GLE, here I come. All right. So before we close off, is there anything about investing that you think people out here should know?
Yeah. A common myth is that investment is something that the layman or something like that the ordinary man cannot wrap his head or her head around. That's not true. Investment is something that everyone can go into, even a child. can be invested. Parents can invest on behalf of the child. So the investment market is open for everybody. And this opening is made much more easier to access with companies like Ministry Capital. We are here, our doors are opened, and we are here to hold your hand. We're here to bring up these options in a way that you can see them in the light of the returns and also matching your investment goals as an individual. So I would say everyone should be investing one way or the other, and MCL is here for you.
Yeah, you see. Earlier you said that, on your profile says there's a sparkle in your eye when you talk about investments.
Yeah.
I think I saw it. Very good. But yeah, thank you, Nina, for joining us today. You heard it from the experts. Investing is not for the rich. It's not just for the experts. You can invest. I can invest. We all can invest, but you might need someone to hold your hand, and that's where MCL comes in. And you could just reach out and get started on your investment journey. Thank you for joining us today. To learn more about the market and hear from our experts, follow us on our social media channels. Like, comment, interact. Tell us your questions, and we'll try to answer them on the show. And stay safe in the markets.